Yeah, this is Robin from the Back Pain Secret Podcast. Today we're going to talk about relationship advice when you have back pain. I'm going to play the intro song. I'm going to be right back.
So here's the important question. How can back pain sufferers like us, who don't want to use prescription drugs or go through surgery, heal our back pain? How do we live our daily lives in a way that allows us to go to work, take care of our families, enjoy life, and still manage our back pain? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Robin Wakeham, and welcome to Back Pain Secrets.
Okay, guys, so today's topic is relationship advice when you have back pain, okay? And again, this is one of these topics, you might like to ask, what the hell does a physiotherapist know about relationships, Well, first off, I've been in my own relationships for over 20 years, so I picked up a few things there. And also, the second thing is that working as a physiotherapist for over 20 years now, people come in with all kinds of different back pain conditions, and I give them all the different advice, for posture control, core stability exercises, what they should do, standing up, sitting down, lying down, all that, But most of them, especially if you've been suffering from back pain for a few years or months even, you have underlying stuff going on in your life. And this thing with relationships is really causing all kinds of problems. So don't get me wrong. I mean, if you have a back pain condition and you have problems in your relationship, that can actually increase your back pain, So I'm going to address that today and give you a few tips. But again, I'm not like a relationship expert, so don't sue me, okay? This is some stuff that I picked up over the years, both from my personal life, but also from my thousands of different back pain patients I've been treating for years, okay? So as always, guys, I have this patient story, and it's a made-up name, of course. We have Emilia. And Emilia is a 45-year-old woman. She's divorced since like a year back. She had 2 kids. I don't remember the age of them, but they were quite young, like 5 or 10 or something like that. And Emilia grew up in a family where her parents got divorced very, very early, and that like put scars in her, all through her growing up, but also then with her like her current relationship as well. She was really like saw it as a big failure that she had gotten divorced, okay. She also had a slipped disc, okay, L5S1. Hey guys, hey James, hey all of these guys, you're on Instagram there, Facebook. How you doing, guys? So she had a slipped disc, L5S1, and she had radiation down her left leg most days constantly, And she was stiff in the morning when she woke up. She had problems sitting, and it was also a problem being intimate, because of this. So anyway, she had this slipped disc, and externally, when you met Emilia, for some reason, she looked quite angry. She looked irritated, and I didn't tell her that the first time I met her, but it was apparently that she was like really, her face was really like hard, and she wasn't really doing any smiling or anything like that, And everything she did very quickly, She had a few phone calls during our meeting there. She got them. She was very quick, and she was very quick on the phone. And when she like got undressed off and on took her shirt off and stuff, she was doing it very quickly, And also something with Emilia, she was very, very particular how she dressed, okay? You could see that she put quite a lot of effort into how she looked, She had all the nice dresses, the handbag, the phones, the jewelry, and you could see that she put quite a lot of effort into like do her makeup and stuff every morning, But then again, all of this exterior stuff that was going on herself, she like lacked the most important thing. She didn't have like a happy, joyful personality, or she wasn't smiling. She was just like really more or less angry when you talked to her, or at least that's the way you would perceive it, It was horrible, for her, and internally, and this is stuff that came up as we start to, after a few meetings, she was telling me, that she was afraid to get heart injured again, not to find love again. She was really afraid to just be one of these women that got divorced, had her kids now, and then she was going to like live the rest of her life by herself, you know. She was also really afraid of not finding anyone to connect with, you know, to connect on a deeper level that she could feel safe with. And one of the things that really bothered her as well was that when she was growing up and her parents got divorced, she had this internal feeling that she was missing something in her life growing up, because she didn't have her mom and dad living together, and she didn't want to pass that on to her kids. And now when she got this divorce, it was more or less like history was repeating itself, you know. And she wanted to break that chain. She didn't want her kids to have this feeling as well, or to be brought up in a broken home. Okay. Then she hit kind of a wall, you know. This was like a year and a half after the divorce. Her husband, Thomas, had found a new woman in his life, and had introduced the kids to this new woman, you know, and without really talking to Emilia. So Emilia was really pissed off regarding that, you know, and it was something that was really bugging her quite a bit. They had talked about this, you know, to make sure to have a chat about that before they introduced someone new in the relationship. And Thomas has just gone ahead and done it, and she got really pissed regarding that, you know. And when she had this experience in her life, what happened was that her back pain increased quite a bit, you know. Right now, when she visited me, she had like pain constantly in her lower back, and the radiation was just horrible. She wasn't really sleeping too good, and she couldn't sit. It was just horrible. I was talking about this, you know, to her, you know, what do you think this is the reason for this, you know? And she just told me, you know, she felt more and more lonely, and she also felt hurt because Thomas had moved on so quickly, you know, and found a new person to live with and spend the time with. So she was in a dark place there, and we went through all the different back pain exercises. She got like acupuncture, we had traction, we did core stability exercises. She was standing up, she was going for her walks, but it was something deeper down that we needed to attack, and with the relationship. So we had a chat about this, and I talked about, you know, I can give you some tips, you know. Again, I'm not like a professional relationship expert, you know, but this is what I have found during the years, you know. First off, okay, practice something called positive projection. Practice something called positive projection. And what the hell is that, guys? Okay. Well, it's easy, really. It's basically that you have to assume the best regarding your partner, you know. You have to assume that they're doing their best. You have to assume that they're thinking of you, okay? You have to assume that they're not causing you any harm, and basically that they're loving you, you know, and understand that they're doing the best they can. And most often, if they say something or do something that upsets you, it's not to piss you off, you know. They're not a bastard. It's giving them some room, okay? And you might say, well, that's fine, Robin. You know, I understand that you might have that in your relationship, but more or less, I'm living with a bastard, okay? And please, guys, you might, you know, and then you might need to get out. But most often, it's like you need to learn how to project a positive thing in your relationship, okay? And to give you some examples here, you know, it's very often when you're in a relationship, the one person says to the other person something, okay, and it just blows up, okay? You don't really know what the hell happened. You were just saying something, and then boom, you know, it goes off, and it goes up and just blows up in the other person's head. And it's sometimes most of the time, the other person is more or less misinterpreting what's going on. They're feeling like you're trying to control them, like you're trying to manipulate them, or you like bringing past history stuff that into this conversation, okay? So please, you know, whenever you have this happen to you, sit back and just try to practice positive projection, okay? And have this thing in your head, in your heart, that they're not trying to destroy you or take you down, okay? They just said something and you need to think about that, okay? Also, number 2, very, very important, learn to listen longer. You need to learn to listen longer, okay? And the essence, everyone is saying, I need to be a better listener. I need to listen more. I need to do that, But if you really bring it down to the core stuff, to be a better listener, it's to listen to the other person for a longer period of time, okay? It's not like rushing them. Also, respect to another person, to show them respect, is to actually just to listen a little bit longer, And also very, very important, especially to all your men out there, and there's women and men this applies to, but mostly men are very they're trying to solve the other person's problem, they're like solution oriented, okay? Stop doing that, okay? Just sit down and listen to what they actually have to say, okay? And this is, I'm not going to get into all of this, like the woman and the man thing, okay? But in my opinion, anyway, or in the majority of men, when they hear something or someone is telling them something, we're constantly thinking, how can I solve this problem? But most often what a female wants to do, and there can be men as well who want to do that, they just really want to tell you about their day. They don't really want a solution. They just want to be able to tell you how they feel, okay? So I have something I do called the 20-minute listening challenge, okay? 20-minute listening challenge. And this is awesome, So when I get home from work, I've had loads of patients, maybe 15 or 20 patients. I've been sitting listening all day. Sometimes when I get home from work, I'm quite tired, I just want to relax, okay? So what I do, I walk home from work. So I just build myself up a bit. And then when I get in, I just for 20 minutes, my kids and my wife and everything, I'm just listening to them, okay? I'm not trying to solve any of their problems. I'm just listening to them, And after these 20 minutes, most people after 20 minutes, they will run out of gas, They don't really have too much more to say, okay? And then I just more or less say, hey, can I just have 20 or 30 minutes just to cool off, okay? Because this was something huge in our relationship, because I see a lot of people each day, when I get home, I just want some alone time, okay? But when I came home before, I wasn't really projecting that and telling my wife or my kids that, I just get more or less pissed off because I couldn't get some peace and quietness, But then I started to apply this, and I've given this to tip for a lot of my patients, and it really works. So try this with your spouse when you get home tonight, that when you get home, just get in a mental state before you open the door, and then you come in and you actually listen to them, okay? For a good 15, 20 minutes without trying to solve their problems. It's going to increase the quality of your relationship quite a bit, okay? Okay, number 3, okay? And this is something also that I missed for years, it's escape together. You and your spouse and your loved one, or the person that you're attracted to, you need to escape together, okay? So every week, once a week, you have to have date night, okay? Or you should try to have a date night, okay? And it doesn't need to be big, it can just be that you and your partner go out for a walk together, okay? 30-40 minute walk. You could go out and you can have a look, go to the cinema together. You can go out and have a drink with your friends, okay, together as a couple, okay? But also that you actually do something. It can be very, very just the two of you, okay? And then every 3 months, every quarter, you should aim to you and your spouse or your loved one should get away for 1 or 2 days, just by yourself, okay? Without no work, no kids, no demands. You don't need to be turned on, just the two of you, okay? And a lot of people will say, well, that's easy for you, Robin, and for other people to do, but I just can't get that to happen in my life, And if you sit back then, if you think about all the hours you're actually looking at Netflix, for example, most people are watching TV 3 to 4 hours every day, and that's on the low end, A lot of people are watching TV and on their computer during the nighttime for 5-6 hours, So if you actually rearrange your life a bit, and just think about it, for 3 months, every 3 months, if you can't get away a day or 2 days with your loved one. You know, you really need to maybe rearrange your life a bit. You know, what the hell are you doing? You know, it's not good, and you're definitely not putting the effort into your relationship that you need to do. Okay, so you need to reclaim your life again. Please, guys, give this a go. And also number 4, okay, stay in your job for your relationship. Stay in your job for your relationship. And I'm not meaning your job that you go and get money for. I mean the job in your relationship, because it's something that you need to put effort into if you want to succeed, okay? So, and what is your job then in your relationship? It's quite easy, you know. It's to love, okay? It's really to love. That's your job in your relationship, okay? Most people that are in relationships, they don't choose love. They choose fear instead, okay? And it really messes their relationship up. Most people don't choose love in the relationship. They choose fear or hurt, okay? They go there instead. The only thing you should be focusing on is to love your partner, okay? Okay. And each and every day you should be going into the relationship like, how can I bring more joy to this relationship? How can I bring more acceptance into a relationship? How can I bring more passion into the relationship? Empathy, you know, security, okay? And if you continue to project that day after day after day after day, even if you're in a bad relationship right now, you can turn that shit around, okay? Then, of course, I mean, every situation is unique, but don't give up on that before you've given that a go for a good 3 to 6 months, you know, because a lot of times when you're in a relationship and you've been in a relationship for a long time, it's easy to get into a rut, you know, and you're thinking about just doing stupid stuff. And please give that a go. So to keep it very easy, I was telling Emilia, because she was kind of shocked, you know, she wasn't really expecting this. Every day, you need to ask yourself, how can you bring more love to your partner and to the world, okay? Just give that a go and continue to ask that question to yourself every day. How can you bring more love and joy into the world for your partner and the world, okay? And if you have that mentality, people around you that are similar will get attracted to you, and you'll get in a whole different rhythm, okay? So Emilia was looking at me, you know, and she was kind of in shock, and she said, you know, well, I'm going to give this a go, Robin, okay? I don't know if I buy everything that you're saying, but I'm going to give it a go for a good 3 months. So we had contact over the phone for a few months there, and she was telling me the conflict she was having, you know, she was trying all of this stuff to practice positive projection. She was learning to listen longer. She was trying to escape longer with a loved one that she actually found, and she was like putting the work in to create more loving relationship. But all this stuff from her past were pulling her back all the time, okay? So it was easy to get into the old habit that was going on in her life, you know. But she was experiencing more and more positive stuff going on in her life. So she actually started to do more and more of this, you know. She actually put a note on her bathroom mirror where she put down these 4 things. And she was just focusing on doing this every day for a good 3 months. So even though it wasn't perfect, and sometimes she slipped back in her old habits, it was definitely getting better. And after like 3 or 4 months, she actually showed up there, and she was telling me that she started to date a person, a man that she was very happy about. They'd been on a few dates and felt good. And she was telling me that based on the stuff that we had talked about, she was trying to go into this relationship and any other relationship with a different mentality, okay, and put a stop to this negativity in her life. And she was still at her own work, and she was exercising daily. She had a better relationship with her kids. And even though her ex-husband wasn't like the favorite person in the world, they were still on speaking terms, okay? And that was good for both of them and the kids, of course. So sum it all up, you know, Emilia did quite a transformation over these 3 months, you know, and she's still working at it. What I think, I haven't seen her for a few years or talked to her for a few years, but wherever you are, Emilia, you know, I hope you're doing good and life is treating you well. Okay, guys, that's today's tip. And please, guys, if you think that this episode can benefit someone that you know or yourself, or please send it, and spread the word. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And guys, remember, you're just one step away from healing your back pain. Bye-bye.
Want more back pain secrets? Then go ahead and get your free copy of my best-selling book, Back Pain Secrets, at backpainsecrets.com. Inside this book, you will find my top secrets to healing your back pain without prescription drugs or surgery that have helped thousands of other people just like you.